Good evening, everyone. Rajni here from Sashakti Assist Learning Center. This video that we are doing today is basically it comes as a request from a very close friend, a very dear friend, where the problem that she's facing with her child is that her family, her immediate family, is not accepting of the condition that the child is having a difficulty. This is a problem that I have seen many times. I have come across so many times that parents don't have the acceptance. Uh, and even if the mother has the acceptance, the other family members, they don't want to look at the situation. And added to it, the fact that the child is doing everything. So they have even more a reason to say, oh, he's talking, he's doing everything, he's just a little naughty. And that is why he is not listening. So with time he will be okay. Added to it the fact that grandparents play that pivotal role where they say that, oh, we have dealt with so many kids, we have raised so many children, that we know that over a period of time this child will be okay. And in hope and out of a fear of not accepting, of not even trying to look at what could be, parents lose the precious time. By the time they actually are convinced in their being that no, something is not in place, the one precious thing that is lost, the one thing that will never come back, is time. And along with it are gone the years in which they could have worked to reverse the situation. This happens so many times. And when my friend said that, please, in my family I'm having this problem, so I decided to do, I've already done a video on how to check on the telltale signs when the kid is very young, like 2.5 3. But today this video goes out for parents who are still oscillating between whether my kid has a problem or my kid does not have a problem. And it's going on. They meet one expert that says, oh, he's meeting all his milestones, he's fine, he's okay. Another one who says, no, there could be a problem, and they're oscillating between the two, eventually moving in favor of the one who says that he's absolutely okay, you don't worry. So what is happening here in this case is that even when they are seeing that if I don't give a gadget to my child, I cannot shut him up, or he will make so much noise, or if he goes out he will create such a ruckus that I don't know what to do, how to handle him. So I rather not take him out to a place. And then the kind of satisfaction that the parents are giving to themselves or the in-laws are giving to themselves, all kids do that. He will understand as he grows up. He will understand as he grows up. Now that's a very loaded statement. Yes, I hope and I pray to God that there is no special need, that he does understand as he grows up. But my only question to you as a parent is, as a father is, as a mother is, what if he doesn't? What if it gets worse? Can you deny the possibility? It's a 50-50 chance, right? He's creating so much of a tantrum that you can't take him out. He's making so much noise and he's only playing with a particular toy, and you are thinking, that's okay. I mean, all kids do that. He can talk, he can do this, he can do that, he can walk, he goes to school, so he's fine. Although you are seeing that when he's talking to someone, he's just turning his eyes like this, but you're saying he's a little shy. You know how it is very, very scary to go ahead and say, yes, I think there is a problem. And so, because you don't want to acknowledge that, which I completely empathize and understand, being a parent myself. But my only point is, fine, you're scared to jump off that springboard, that 7-meter high springboard from where you can see the entire city and the water down below is scary, and you're scared to jump. But if you don't jump, then what? If you don't take the chances, then what? Suppose, let's even not say 50-50, let's say 1 in a 10. Okay, 90% chances he will outgrow. So I'm on your side. I say, okay, 90% chances the child will outgrow. 10% chances, what if he doesn't? Then what? Can you reverse time? By the time you realize that it is way too late, then the gap that was here is now here, and now covering that gap is practically not possible, because there's academics to deal with, there's behaviors, there's everything else along with it, there's social. Also, what happens is when a kid is giving so much of a tantrum or a trouble, uh, parents don't want to take him out in a social setting, thinking that okay, fine, today I don't take him out in a setting. As he learns, as he grows, he'll be fine, then I'll take him out. Right now I don't want to take him out, because they're operating out of a basic belief that yeah, it's just with age all kids are naughty, this one is slightly more naughty and he will outgrow. But the sad truth is that the child doesn't outgrow. And I'm saying I'm on your side. Let us say that the child does outgrow. 9 chances out of 10. Great. But 1 chance out of 10 he doesn't outgrow. Then what? Then you are stuck with a kid who's shouting, who's banging his head on the wall, who wants that TV channel. If you don't give him, he will make those sounds. He will lie on the floor, and he's 10 years old. And now when you put him in a school, the school says, I'm sorry, we are sorry, we can't handle because he's huge behaviors. Then you begin to run to people like me and outside for intervention and therapies. And then you say, just do some magic. What magic we will do? We are trying, but then again, most of the times the victory will happen even when we correct behaviors, we correct chronic behaviors with children. But so much age is lost, so much time is lost in which the vital learning. Now I work with children. I know for those who have behavior issues, the behaviors begin to interfere with their learning. So a 10-year-old is still doing value count for number 10, or a 10-year-old is doing maybe addition, whereas he should have been technically doing multiplication also. He should have been much ahead of where he is. He's just doing because there were so many behaviors the child could not be taught. Neither the parent could teach him, the schools turned him down. Now in a situation like that, you have multiple problems to deal with. Along with it, the social nuances. If I take him out to a mall, he will shout so hard because he wants a toy that I can't help him. I have to get him the toy. Every time you succumb to his shouting, every time you succumb to his lying down on the floor, it gets strengthened. Until a point in time comes that he's pulling hair, he's pulling your hair, his hair. Because it's only, please understand, a neurological condition will not stay where it is. It will either get better or it will get worse. Because with every success the child will get by pulling hair or shouting or biting somebody or something, he will be more convinced that this is the way to get what he wants. So in order that you don't have a stamp on your kid, behavior disorder or whatever, at a later time, it is only advisable. I would still say, don't take the words. Okay, don't accept the diagnosis, but at least say that yes, there is a condition, and it's nothing. He's just over the top naughty. Okay, if that makes you comfortable, but then that naughtiness has to be removed technically so that he is more comfortable with outsiders. That he can give eye contact, he can talk, he can answer. That he doesn't have to just dart off out of a conversation, that he doesn't have to make too much noise to keep himself occupied, that he uses the right words to ask for what he wants. You don't have to guess and second guess that okay, this is what he wants because he's saying just one word out of the whole thing. So for things like this, just concentrate, focus on the symptoms. Forget the word autism. No, he does not have autism. Forget it. He's nowhere on the spectrum. He's not PDD, NOS, nothing. But the apparent symptoms that you can see, those need work. And to take your kid for working on those symptoms to an expert is a good idea. Because at the end of the day, only that love is good which is helping. A love that is harming is not love. And as a parent, nobody gives us the right to be a coward. A parent, by virtue of the fact that we are parents, will have to be brave. we'll have to look at it in the face and say, oh yeah, okay. On this note, I will just simply share 2 years ago, I had a student. I'm not in touch with that parent. I hope the child is doing well. But 2 years ago, I had a student way back in Gurgaon, where the mother had, it was a very big tragedy. The parent had lost their older child to some disease. And life and death is not in anybody's hand, it's nobody's fault. But that parent always blamed herself. I always tried to convince her that no, it's not your fault. I mean, that's the way God had planned it. So wish him well, wish him peace, and don't think about it. But she always blamed herself that no, something I did or whatever. And then the next thing, that God cannot do this to me, that He will take away my regular kid and give me a disabled kid, that He will snatch a regular kid and give me a disabled kid. Now, in her head, she understood autism as a disability, as something which will have no future at all. Now, no matter how much I counseled her that it's just a condition, they have a bright future, all you have to do is put your effort with. No, 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 don't even talk about the word autism. My kid cannot have autism because God cannot do this to me. One, He does this tragedy, and second, then He does this double tragedy. No, that can't happen. So, she's telling her kid, if I see you shouting again, I will hit you so hard. And she said it in front of me. That I had to tell her that if you want me to work with your child, you will have to promise that you will not touch him. Otherwise, I will not work with your child. Simply because hitting is a no. But that parent, and I know that back home, that parent would resort to means like hitting to get the behavior out of the kid, simply because she said, no, he doesn't need behavior correction therapies. Then I said, why do you come to people like me? And she says, no, the day he learns how to speak well, he's sorted. He doesn't have autism. Now, this is 2 years ago. I don't know what the state of affairs is. I just hope that good sense prevailed on this parent and she understood. But the point, very humbly, I'm trying to make is simply because you don't have the courage to stand up to it and to say that there could be a situation, don't put your child onto jeopardy. Don't do that. Because the time lost will not come back. A better and a more sensible thing to do is don't accept autism. That's fine. That's fine. No, my kid has no problem. He's only over the top naughty, or he's extremely shy. He's not looking at people. Fine. Let me look at getting him out of that shyness. Let me look at sorting that naughtiness. Yeah. With time, slowly the thing will sink in, which is okay. But at least get him support. Get him to people who will help you. Learn the ways. Incorporate the methods and the techniques. मारने से नहीं होता है. And please don't feel embarrassed by your child. Please don't hide him in closets and go out that, when I say hide him in closets, what I mean is that, I'm not putting an allegation. What I'm trying to say is that don't feel embarrassed that he will create a scene. Yes, he will, because he needs behavior correction. Then hold his hand, take him out. The more he will be in an environment, he will know how to behave. Coupled with learn how to technically help him. Go to therapists who will tell you what to do when you take him out, so that when you take him out, he has a practical of what theory you are doing with him at home. Autism is workable. Behaviors are correctable. Children have a bright future. The first step is for a parent to go ahead and accept. Even if you have an iota of doubt and your gut says, yes, there is a challenge, and he is extremely high functioning, he can talk, he can do everything, but still your gut says there is a challenge, please reach out to it, help your kid. On that note, have a powerful parenting, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.